So, what are your personal music influences?
There's long-time influences, and then there's sort of like all the time. I guess the contemporary phases that I'm in right now is sort of electro artists like CSS or Justice or MIA, you know. But long-standing ones for me is like Bjork, who she has no boundaries with her music, and she's so creative and it's beautiful, and she's a wonderful woman. And great songwriters like ABBA and Phil Collins, you know, ones that stand the test of time. That's essentially what a great song will do.
You got a lot of great publicity this year. I mean, you were the new EP. Your song was on an Old Navy commercial, Blessing on Your Mind. How do you feel about all this publicity?
It's great. I mean, Old Navy was kind of the first big step out into the world, and that was cool. They actually used four songs, and then The Hills picked up a song, and it's so great seeing it happen. And I was doing a tour in the States for a few weeks, and then went back to Canada for a couple days, and it's been getting quite a bit of radio play in Canada while I was away. And I did a couple shows there, and they're just unbelievable, and I was so shocked and surprised, and I'm just so ecstatic.
Awesome. Well, what's your favorite song in your EP?
It would be The Last Thing on Your Mind.
What was the first song you ever recorded, and where was the first place you ever performed?
First song I ever recorded was when I was 13. My dad took me to the studio for my birthday. And there was a song I wrote called What Am I to You? You know, like a 2 and a U. Totally lame. And it was my birthday, I was turning 13, and I wrote this song all a cappella, and I knew exactly how I wanted it to be, and he said it's time that I take you to the studio, because up until that point I'd been using this little 8-track that I had bought. And so that was the first song I recorded. First place I performed, probably church when I was little.
Cool. Okay. Are you working on any new material?
Oh yeah, the full-length record is in the works. It's pretty much done, and I'm really excited about it. I'm actually going to play 2 of the new songs tonight, and I've been doing that so far on tour. And I'm really excited about it, trying to keep my ambitions focused on the EP, though, because it only came out in the States a few weeks ago, so I have to keep my focus.
Now, you also written and illustrated your own comic on your webpage. Would you say that art and comics are influencing your career?
Oh, definitely. I love the simplicity of comics, and where it's art in its simplest form, and it's so bright, and there's always hard lines, and it's just really easy to understand. It's bright, and I also love that there are no limits to a story in a comic. You can do whatever you want as a graphic artist. No matter how crazy your ideas, you can do it. And I feel like that really inspires my music in the sense that there is no boundaries, really, regardless of whether there's a format on radio and everything. Just do what you want and do what you think sounds good and what looks good. And
now, what would your favorite comic book or graphic novel be?
my top 3 comics that I read and I collect, I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan. And then I read Space Adventures, sort of vintage one, just because I love that sort of retro future thing, and Magnus Robot Fighter.
I must say I'm a Batman kind of guy, but all those comics are really good, so yeah. Yeah, basically. Some Marvel, too. Everything is really good. So, recently a lot of other independent artists from MySpace fame, like Millionaires or Broken Side, kind of, they promote themselves to shows like TRL. Would you ever do something like that?
We actually don't have TRL in Canada, so I'm not super familiar with it, but...
Alright, so now I'm just going to do a bunch of random questions. Okay, this summer was an awesome year for movies. What was your favorite movie this summer?
This year, I don't know, The Happening.
Really? It was okay. I was a fan of Wall-E. That was a great movie. Did you see that?
I've seen that, yeah. I haven't got a chance to see any movies this year because I've been...
It's coming out on DVD soon. It's an amazing film.
No, you know what? Horton Hears a Who.
I heard that was good too, yeah. I haven't seen that yet. Now, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
It would be teletransportation.
That's a good one.
Just you can tell a lot about a person by their response.
So yeah, let's see. And last question is kind of a common one around Fredonia Radio. What is your favorite Star Wars movie, if you've seen the Star Wars trilogy?
It's been so long since I've seen the Star Wars trilogy. It's unfortunate, but Return of the Jedi, I remember that would be amazing.
Definitely. That is definitely my favorite too. I love the Ewoks, I'm not gonna lie. Say what you want about them, but the Ewoks are fun. So, yeah, it was great to meet you.
Thank you so much.
And this is Phil Ginley from WDVL 89.5 and WCVF The Voice. So, keep it here.